Hello guys, I am back. I'm back. So someone on here said, I'm gonna read the exact comment because I love clarity and I love transparency, right? So if you guys have been keeping up, right, you guys would remember I told you that someone on here, that's one of DDG's flying monkeys, keeps saying, I'm stink and my house is smelly. No, I don't know if it is the case that, well, based on my assumption, the person is not good at spelling. They don't know the difference from you and your and all those little things. So I think that person did not complete school, or maybe they waste a lot of time when they were sent to school, or maybe they went elsewhere when they were sent to school. But the person was saying stuff like, I'm stink. My house is stink. No, that is also a mental health disorder, because if you're not living with a person and if you've never been close to a person, you literally can't tell how they're smelling, right? Now, and the next thing, the person has been saying, hold your pocket, the beggar out. Because I shared two links on here. One is to donate to the government of Jamaica. So when you click on that link and you donate, it goes directly to the government of Jamaica. It takes a process, but it gets to them. And I have my buy me a coffee link, right? I know that not everyone is right. I know that most of you guys got it, because I could see people in the comment section explaining. But this video is specifically for the person because it's apparent that they didn't do well in school and they don't have much knowledge, right? So, first things first, during the time of a natural disaster, there's need for global solidarity and stability. Also, in the time of war, there's need for global solidarity and stability. Like, for example, in the Second World War, when America realized that we had an advantage and they asked us to use that advantage to protect America, and our government said yes. And hence why you have the beautiful infrastructures still standing today that you have, right? Another thing is that when a country is hit with natural disaster, people will come together worldwide and raise donations, right? So for example, when the world was hit with COVID, everyone was sending everyone donations so that we could control this disease, because the more people that were prone to catching the disease, it was a threat to humanity, right? So it is always us against some kind of force. Now this time around, Jamaica was hit with a Category 5 hurricane, very powerful hurricane, and it has done significant damage. So the link for the government was put up for donations, and my Buy Me a Coffee link was put up so that you could send donations to me. Now, when you send donations to the Buy Me a Coffee link, what I do if I get that donation is that I go into the supermarket and I think about the needs of women, because oftentimes you're just focusing on getting these people basic food items. But I realize that no matter what storm, no matter what weather, us girls, we're gonna still have a period, right? So I said to myself, what I want to do is to raise some money, and I'm gonna focus on buying products for females and babies, like pads, sanitary napkins, wipes, Pampers, painkillers, cough medicine, and I would drop them off at the donation center. And when I go to the donation center to do the drop off, I would also sign up on that day to volunteer my service, and I will spend a few hours there to help them package the items so that they can get to the people in the disaster zone, because they need all the help that they can get at this point. So I know that some people are not so swift mentally. And I know that some people love to be mischievous and petty, sometimes. But when there's a time of human need, when there's a time where humanity is being threatened, and this is what many people don't even know. You see, when a country is hit with a disaster, you see, if you can make a little sacrifice to save that country, you could be potentially saving yourself, because if there's a disease outbreak, let me tell you, many of you don't know because many of you have never experienced hurricanes. Every hurricane has something with it. Everyone. It could be as simple as the flu. It could be simple as a bad cough. Now, this hurricane, everyone is scared. Even international bodies are scared because it's a category 5. And this is why we have so many international bodies sending a specialized team here, because they all know that something came with this hurricane. And it can be as simple as a rash. It can be as simple as a cough. It can be something simple. In Hurricane Gilbert, that's the first hurricane that I've ever experienced. After Gilbert, there was some little brown and black bugs, and they would bite you. Sometimes you don't even feel the bite, but it would leave you with a mark that appears as though something has burnt you. You know that water bump thing that you get when you get burnt? That is what those bugs would give to you. And then the government say, okay, set a basin of water and the bugs will fall in them, because you couldn't be using insect spray consistently, because that's not healthy for anyone to be using insect spray consistently. The government has developed, a fogging method that they came up with a disease control unit. So they came up with a fogging method that would not affect any other wildlife and just, slow down those bugs, because the aim was not to kill them, because they didn't want to kill them and it would, kill the ozone layer, kill other wildlife and stuff. So the aim was to slow them down. And if we can slow them down, eventually we knew they would go away. This time around, they don't know what it has come with this hurricane, but they are working assiduously to ensure that whatever comes with it, they nip it in the bud. And as such, we don't have a global disaster. So I know that some of us are not the brightest crayons in the box. I know that. But at the same time, you don't have to be an arrogant ass. There's absolutely no reason for you to be on here being an arrogant ass. No, if you're overseas, guys, and you're dropping off any donations at the donation centers, remember sanitary napkins, please, because when they may think about babies, oftentimes the truth of the matter is, when it comes to napkins, it's not something that I've ever seen common in anywhere during a time of natural disaster. It seems as though they tend to forget that part. I've seen a few people doing tampons, but Jamaicans don't like tampons. We like pads. We don't believe that your blood should stay in you. We believe it should flow out of you for most of us. But if you want to do tampons, it's fine, because there's a very few that does tampons. But most people prefer pads, because most of us are still, religiously bound to our roots, and our grandmother has taught us a lot. So many of us believe that our period should flow out and not stay in us, because we believe that it's not healthy, because the period is waste and it shouldn't be in, it should be coming out. Okay, so I hope that someone learns something from this, and thanks for your time. Stay blessed.